All right, welcome back to the channel talkSPORT Endzone, your dedicated NFL channel from talkSPORT, and ahead of our live and exclusive commentary of the divisional round of the playoffs this weekend. Your opening game on Saturday night sees the Houston Texans traveling to the Kansas City Chiefs. And I'm delighted to say that joining us now, defensive tackle of the Houston Texans, Mario Edwards Jr. Mario, how are you doing, brother?
I'm doing good. How about yourself?
Yeah, very well, man. Very well indeed. Look, first of all, congrats on making it through the divisional round. Yourself having a big game against the Chargers. How are you feeling after Saturday?
I'm feeling good, man. I was telling the guys that it's been a while. My last time being in the playoffs was 2016. So when you get these opportunities, man, you got to take full advantage of them.
From kind of your perspective, talk us through what you saw from that game, why you think you guys had so much success up front, and particularly that sack on the fifth sack of Justin Herbert of the day, getting through solo, lovely little dance on the back of it. We enjoyed watching you enjoying yourself, man.
I think, honestly, just us, man, it's been all about us. That's the thing that Coach been preaching to us. It's not about the other team or anything about that. As long as we can focus and fire on all cylinders on offense, defense, and special teams, and not give ourselves self-inflicted wounds, we can beat anybody. That's how we feel. And just to talk about the sack, man, it was just a bang play. I went to the sideline and spoke to my coach and kind of told him what I was getting. He told me to just take it. And when I did, it ended up being good for me.
Was the dance improvised, or was that?
Well, actually, I was talking to my mom. She came to the game, and she was at the house the night before the game. And I told her if I get a sack, I'm going to do this dance. So I promised her I would.
Sensational! I love the idea of you practicing it for your mum beforehand. Look, you said about like how you felt as a defense that if you took what was offered to you, you could have success. But was there a feeling like after the kind of the way the season ended, the kind of run over Christmas, that you guys maybe had a little something to prove?
I think once the season was over, we focused on the postseason. And I think that what we've been doing now is, every game is one game at a time. And once we started this postseason, everybody was 0-0. So that's the mindset that we had going into it. We couldn't beat ourselves up over something that we can't change.
I know Coach Ryans came into the locker room afterwards, and we saw that great moment where he kind of referenced the Rex Ryan bye-week thing and had a little bit of tongue-in-cheek fun with it. But, I mean, are you a bulletin board material team? Are you listening to that noise and going, like, you're going to prove those people wrong?
I think that one in particular, it was just a lot of disrespect going on all throughout the week. And we kind of took it personal. I don't think we're sitting up just looking at the bulletin board, seeing what we can say so we can go out there and have a good game. It just so happened to fall that way with them, talking a little trash and us actually clicking on all cylinders.
Love it. Absolutely love it. And with that in mind, it's the Chiefs this weekend. I mean, you don't necessarily need bulletin board material to get up for a game in Arrowhead and all the history you guys have. So what is it like going up against this team, this offense, Patrick Mahomes, and how do you prepare for a week like this?
You just have to have try not to have as many mistakes, man. We have to have almost perfect football and just playing our style of ball, man. Swarming, we have to attack, and we just have to play complementary football on all ends. And I think if we do that and we can play the style that we played with the same energy and the same fire we had this past Saturday, I think we'll be okay with the Chiefs.
And obviously, it's only 4 weeks since you guys 4 or 5 weeks since you guys last faced each other. Does that present its own unique challenges in the fact that you have seen them so recently, and now you've got to try and maybe mix up those tendencies and find a way to beat them maybe in a different way?
It kind of helps us, I think. It's a 50-50. I mean, they've seen us in the last 4 weeks. We've seen them, so they can prepare against us the same way we can prepare against them. So it's going to be a defensive game. It's going to be a game of who wins and not having that many penalties, I think.
I thought it was really interesting hearing Coach Ryan speaking on his radio interview yesterday, where he was really specific over what he sees in Mahomes, where he's like, that guy exploits the B gap better than anyone in the NFL. And if you leave him that space, if you're not disciplined on it, he can really take advantage of it. I find it quite refreshing to hear someone be that kind of forthright and honest about it. And it's like, here's what we've seen on film and here's what we're working to shut down. That is going to be a big responsibility on you guys on the interior. How are you feeling about that?
It definitely is, man. I mean, it just tells you how good of a guy that Patrick is. Everybody in the league knows that he can assault that B gap, and he still does it game in and game out. So again, it just goes back to us playing complementary football, man. We have to play sound. We have to have attention to detail, assignment, alignment, technique, and I think we'll be okay.
I want to ask about you and your defense, but just one guy on the other side came out of the draft right around the same spot as you a year later. Chris Jones is kind of heralded in those interior positions. How much do you enjoy watching him on film, on the sidelines as well, maybe? And is he a guy you take some inspiration from?
Oh man, absolutely, man. Chris is a beast, man. You're gonna see him on every highlight tape every year, man. He's so big and strong. He's athletic. He's smooth. He can just do a little bit of everything. And so with that size and speed combination, you try to mimic a little bit what he can do, but it's only one him. So, but it's definitely fun to watch him play.
Do you like it when you get an opportunity like him to move around the formation a bit as well? When you get to maybe get outside, run some stunts, and do some slightly different things? Because I don't know, like I feel like the defensive tackle position, I don't know, as I grew up with like nose tackles and more traditional, like 350-pound guys who are just there to be run stuffers, and now it feels like you guys are relied on to be a lot more athletic and a lot more flexible.
Yeah, growing up, the position wasn't so sexy, wasn't so cute. It was a big guy, type of thing. But now, even ends are kind of like hybrid linebackers. D tackles are sort of like D ends. So it's just how much the league is evolving, how much athletes are out here, and we just keep getting better and better each year.
Not the big guys can't be sexy, of course, Mario. That's not what we're saying at all.
I don't know. Now, Dexter Lawrence calls himself big sexy now. I don't know.
Let me ask about along that defensive line, obviously, yourself in the interior, but I think arguably you've got the best pair of pass rushers in the league right now in Danielle Hunter and Will Anderson Jr. What's it like lining up alongside those guys, and what do you see from them down to down?
Man, it's amazing lining up against them with Danielle being the same year as me, and then having a youngster on the side that plays just as good as all of us, man, being young as he is. It's been great, man. Just learning from Danielle, learning the different styles of things that he does, and being able to be complimentary off of both of them. And if they take something, we know how to play off of one of each other and stuff like that. So it's been fun.
I love that you say different style, because when I watch the tape, that always stands out for me. It did in Minnesota and does now. Danielle's not a guy who rushes the passer in your most stereotypical way. You're not just like looking at his bend and seeing, like he throws some stuff in there. I nearly swore that. He throws some stuff in there, man, that's like, all right, that's a bit wild, but I love it.
Well, yeah, man, we call it like the fishnet, man. When you get caught in the fishnet, he just does all type of stuff, man, and it works. And we try to go out there and practice it with him in practice, but that's his move, man. His signature move is decent.
I love that, the fishnet. And then I've got to ask about the back end of your defense as well. What better way to show the world that you were deserving of your first team All-Pro for Derek Stingley than to have the game he just had against Justin Herbert, man. Like, unbelievable player, but like just coming out in the playoffs and doing it on the biggest stage just felt like weird to think of it as a coming out party for an All-Pro guy, but really showing the rest of the league, look how good this guy is.
Oh yeah, man. Sting has been consistent all year, man. Shut down corner. You put anybody over there, we don't really have to worry about it when it comes to Sting. And then we have a young guy with Lassiter. And man, the how physical he is, how athletic he is, the energy he brings every play, smacking his helmet after every big play is just amazing. So all the way from the front to the middle to the back, I feel like we've been playing complimentary football at the right time.
Yeah, it's a real joy to watch. And finally, I do want to ask you, we spend a lot of time, so one of the teams that's like got the international marketing rights for the UK is the 49ers, right? And so we do quite a lot with them. And I've spoken to a lot of those guys on that defense about Coach Ryan's, like he's a guy that they came through with and they saw the development from. A big fan. And so just tell us a little bit like what you've seen maybe from year 1 to year 2 as a head coach from him and how he's developed and how he's helped this team develop.
This is my first year with Coach Ryan's, but he definitely isn't my first players coach. But the difference between him and man is just the way he cares about his players, the way he listens to his players. Him also playing, he understands what we go through, and it's almost like having just a OG or a veteran being the coach. I tell him all the time when he's on the bike or he's working out, I say, "Hey, coach, you can put them pads on, man, and get a little goal line or red zone." So he just fits in, and he makes it fun to be here, fun to come work.
You sometimes see him sprinting down that sideline, and you do think, man, he definitely could still go.
Oh yeah.
I love that. Look, Mario, just final thing on this weekend, going into Arrowhead, like for you guys, for the city of Houston, for everything that we've heard so much. You talked about like all that trash talk coming in and how it was so nice to prove yourselves. How huge would it be to go to Arrowhead and to stop the three-peat, to stop this team in its tracks and really show the world the Houston Texans are ready to take that next step?
Man, it'll be amazing. Not even just focusing on them doing the three-peat, but I think anytime you have a chance to go and beat a team of quality of like the Kansas City Chiefs, you always got to pat yourself on the back on that, even if it's regular season or postseason. So if we have the opportunity to beat them, that's going to be amazing. Energy in Houston's going to be turned up, and we're going to be really excited.
Love that, Mario. Really appreciate your time, man. Thank you so much. Best of luck for Saturday. And, who knows, maybe in a couple of weeks' time, we'll see you in New Orleans.
All right. Thank you for having me, Will.